Hey everybody, my name is Matt and I'm super excited to showcase GPT 5.5. I just want to kind of walk through the actual page and show you guys a little bit of what the model is going to be able to do, how it has improved, and maybe even run a little test using Codex. So let's just walk through it. I don't want to watch maybe this entire video since I already watched it, but one of the things they say in this video is that, oh, the model listens this time. It really knows exactly what you want to do. I think that's maybe a little bit of the same thing they say every single time a model releases, but you know, let's give this guy a chance to talk a little bit in the video too.
It's been impressive.
We had a little backlog accrue, and I just dropped that into a CSV, gave it to 5.5, and said, go fix a couple categories of bugs that had really bothered me for a really long time. And it did, I would say, a 98% job all by itself, and I buttoned some stuff up and it was done. It was able to traverse a pretty complex code base. It was doing the grouping and architecture of the solutions in a way that I didn't feel like I had to babysit as much. And I saw the alerts on bugs that had really kind of bothered us for a really long time, but were hard to hunt down, totally go away.
It's been incredible using GPT 5.5. I did not expect the tidal wave of pull requests and changes coming in as a result of engineers having so much intelligence at their fingertips.
Okay, that's pretty general in terms of how the model has improved. You got engineers at different companies saying, "Wow, it's so great! It's so much better." They're talking about it being the smartest, most intuitive model. It understands what you're trying to do faster and can carry more of the work itself. It excels at writing and debugging code, researching, analyzing data, creating documents and spreadsheets, operating, and moving across tools until a task is finished. Instead of carefully managing every step, you can give 5.5 a messy, multi-part task to trust it to plan, use tools, check its work, navigate through ambiguity, and keep going. So it looks like they specifically call out agentic coding too, where I think it is one of the most important verticals that OpenAI has. That's of course where they make the most amount of money. GPT 5.5 delivers a step up in intelligence without compromising on speed. That's pretty good. More capable models are also slow to serve, but GPT 5.5 matches GPT 5.4's per token latency in a real world serving, while performing at a much higher level of intelligence. That is extremely impressive. We are releasing 5.5 with our strongest set of safeguards to date and designed to reduce misuse while preserving access for beneficial work. And obviously, this is probably all about the Claude Mythos stuff, which OpenAI kind of did in the past with like GPT-3 and things like that. But I guess they have to kind of mention it here just to make sure they're covering their bases. So here is again the ever so omniscient performance board. You can see on Terminal Bench, it did bigger number than Opus 4.7 and 5.4. That's great. It means that it's better. But there are obviously some things here that are missing. I think SWE-bench is not listed here for some reason. Maybe it didn't do as well, but it definitely likes listing out the things that it did better on. And I guess that's okay. So OpenAI is building a global infrastructure for agentic AI, making it possible for people and businesses around the world to get work done with AI, okay? AI dramatically accelerates software engineering. Same transformation is beginning to extend into scientific research. Okay, great. GPT 5.5 is not just more intelligent, it is more efficient in how it works through problems, often reaching higher quality outputs with fewer tokens and fewer retries. On Artificial Analysis Coding Index, GPT 5.5 delivers state-of-the-art intelligence at half the cost of competitive frontier coding models. That's one thing that I actually really like about the GPT models. They just are cheaper. And man, if you really are starting to use Opus 4.7 and Opus 4.6 with the over the API, it gets really expensive. But 5.5, not as bad. Let's see, Artificial Intelligence Index. Okay, that's just information. Strongest agentic coding model to date. Terminal Bench 2.0, which tests complex command line workflows requiring planning, iteration, and tool coordination, achieves a state-of-the-art accuracy of 82.7. That's really good. Let's see, on SWE-bench Pro, it reaches 58.6. Looks like they did mention SWE-bench, but maybe Opus, performed a little bit better, who knows? So the model's coding strengths show up clearly in Codex, where it can take engineering work ranging on implementation and refactor debugging, testing, and validation. Early testing suggests GPT 5.5 is better at the behaviors real engineering work depends on, like holding context across large systems, reasoning, checking assumptions, and carrying changes through the surrounding code base. Okay, cool. I'm going to show you guys some of the examples over here. Are they still using all of those, chat windows and chat bubbles? Let's see. Oh, wow, a 3D game. That's crazy. Look at that animation. Beautiful. Never seen anything like that before, that's for sure. Room's clear. Someone cue the applause. Warrior vitality. It looks like the character is not taking any damage. Oh, there we go. Wow. Okay, well, the fact that he was able to create this and, maybe even grab these textures or anything like that. Handle the game architecture, type, script, 3S implementation, combat systems, HUD. Yeah, that's pretty great. Oh, wait. Codex handled the game architecture. Character models, character textures, animations were created with third-party asset generation tools. Yeah, so I guess it can't generate assets. Okay. 3D game. They have a lot of these gaming examples, but I'm not creating games with AI. I'm, creating enterprise value, I guess, right? That's what I do with my AI tools. I create projects and things that actually, I guess entertainment is value at the same time, but again, maybe this is not so impressive to me because I don't think in my use case I'll be developing games. Yeah, this is made by CEO of Magic Path. Cool. So beyond benchmarks, early testers showed GPT 5.5 shows a stronger ability to understand the shape of the system, why something is failing, and where the fix needs to land. Dan Shipper, that is a crazy name. Dan Shipper? Bro is made to be a software engineer. After launching the app, he spent days debugging a post-launch issue before bringing one of his best engineers to rewrite part of the system to test GPT 5.5. He directly rewound the clock. Could the model look at a broken state and do the same rewrite? GPT 5.4 could. GPT 5.4 could not. 5.5 could. Yep. Okay, so, a lot of things. Let's say what Cursor says. GPT 5.5 is noticeably smarter and more persistent, stronger coding performance with more reliable tool use. Lovable says something similar. Builders want continuous progress, not endless iteration. GPT 5.5 breaks through the walls people usually hit. Windsurf, GitHub, everybody says the same thing. Let's see what GitHub says, actually. On SweBench, the model resolves 6+ percentage points more on tasks and on more complex workflows, reaches solutions in substantially fewer steps, often 50 to 60% less, with incremental improvements in end-to-end completion time. Very, very impressivo. And now let's see knowledge work. This is something that, Excel, creating presentations, that sort of thing, generating documents, you see over here. It looks like ChatGPT 5.5 does better. Everything does better. Let's see. It creates an Excel document over here. That's nice. It's well formatted. Onboarding flow. Oh, this is awesome. I really want to try using this. Okay. Nice. So it actually does an onboarding flow and it actually checks through everything. Okay, here are some more values and numbers over here. Let's see what NVIDIA said. NVIDIA GPT 5.5 delivers sustained performance required for execution-heavy work. Built and served on NVIDIA GB200 NVL72 systems, the model enables our team to ship end-to-end features from natural language prompts, cut debug time from days to hour, and turn weeks of experimentation into overnight progress in complex code bases. It's more faster than coding. It's a new way of working. Okay, yeah, model got better. I think, there's some cool research. Oh, look at this. Wow. Can I interact with this? No. Make an app which draws two quadratic surfaces and a chicken curve. Okay, so they have some cool, math simulation models and tools like that. Okay, and it looks like for API developers, APIs will be at $5 per 1 million input tokens and $30 per 1 million output tokens. Why do I feel that that's more expensive than before? We will also release ChatGPT 5.5 Pro and the API for even higher accuracy, priced at 30 per 1 million token inputs and 180 per 1 million token output tokens. Yeah, so they dropped it down over here, I guess. And Expert Suite, which, Claude Opus doesn't do. We found it, guys. Labs have noted evidence of memorization on this eval. Yeah, that might be the case. So, Damn, the fact that they threw it all the way to the bottom over here is kind of crazy, not gonna lie. But the fact that it's here and they're honest about it, okay. Sweet Bench Pro didn't do as well. Claude Opus did better, and Gemini 3.1 Pro is right behind them. Okay, so I am going to link all this information in the description of this video, but what I'll say is, yeah, a new model just released. Go and try it out. I'm gonna check if it's here right now. No, I need to, oh, wow, it is already here. That is fast. Okay, so let's try this out, guys. All right, so we got my personal website up here. One thing that I really don't like about this website is that it doesn't automatically update this form over here when I post new videos. So I'm gonna ask ChatGPT 5.5 to fix that. I don't think that's that hard of an ask, but we're just gonna give it a shot. At the bottom of my main web page, I have a section called Some of My Most Popular Videos. I want this to update as I continue to upload content on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/MatthewFurrows. Can you do this? And can you also upgrade the CSS and animations of this feature so that it's more interactive? All right, we're just gonna let that rip and see what it can pull out. Also, a lot of this copy is outdated. I do help people with their careers in software engineering, but I think the software engineer and YouTuber is more where I'm currently at right now. And I am creating some new products and new things that I'm hoping you guys will actually come to enjoy about AI. And you can hear more about that at the end of this video, actually. Okay, yeah, so I have Convex as my backend. It recognized that. And maybe it's just gonna pull, like I said, the RSS feed from my public YouTube channel, and then it's gonna update it. I don't understand the small proxy though. I'm guessing because YouTube doesn't like it when people come and scrape from their website. So you have to create a small proxy in order to make sure that that doesn't happen. All right, so I'm gonna do something a little bit out there. I have this project that I've been working on. It's a focus app that helps me stay on task. So if I do bun run dev, oh my gosh, bun run dev. It's essentially this tool, clock in and focus. You just pick a specific amount of time and it focuses for you. But I really don't like the way this is designed because it's not cute enough for me. So I'm going to ask, hey, ChatGPT 5.5, can you implement the front-end design package that I added to this project repository and update all of the CSS and all of the animations in this application so it more closely follows the CSS that is in that folder? Let's make sure we add the folder. Nope, I guess we can't do that. Okay, so let's do this. So great, now we're gonna see what the CSS is gonna look like. Again, this is what kind of the application looks like. Oh my God, my computer's about to explode. Okay, geez. Okay, whoops. Let me close this out, guys. Sorry about that. Let's end the session. Yeah, that's what the application looks like. It closed out of all distractions on your computer. Pretty cool. Let's see how it applies this design. This design package appears to be in the Focus app folder. I'm going to compare its screens and styling against the current renderer, so the implementations follows the existing app architecture. Okay, pretty cool. Man, it's really working hard here. I don't think that's bad. It's working on both of these at the same time. Maybe I'm gonna run out of tokens before I get to see an output, but just from seeing what it's generated already, it, again, really likes putting things inside of pills. It's got this gross gradient. I'm sorry, I'm not really a big fan of that. We're gonna say remove that, please. Remove the orange gradient and cursor hover that is added when pointing and clicking on a video. Also, I really don't like that the play button becomes blue when I hover over it. Can you remove that, please? I mean, these are small changes I can make, but again, I still keep having to steer everything. Oh, wow. Hey, look, it worked. Okay, great. I think with a little bit of steering and with a little bit of communication, it looks like the AI tool actually worked. Some of my most popular videos. Instead of it saying some of my most popular videos, make it say my most recent videos or something like that. Also, remove the lift from the visit channel button. Well, it looks like this is done. After a little bit of steering, I was able to get this tool to work. One thing I don't like is it didn't realize over here that this is cutting everything off. Maybe I can ask it to reduce the size a little bit. These are just the small design things that kind of like are annoying, but okay, this is what clocked in looks like. So let's clock in. I like the wiggles. End this session, 25 minutes. Yeah, okay, it just changed the bubbles a little bit, and it added these fake close buttons. Yeah, 5.5, not the greatest at front end, in my opinion. It kind of did what I wanted it to do, right? It changed the colors of everything, but let me show you. But let me show you what this looked like, right? I think these animations, this glow on the buttons, kind of just the way that everything looks right here is a lot more fun and inviting. Maybe because there's CSS already there, it wasn't so good at implementing the front end. But again, maybe front end isn't actually what's creating value. Maybe actual coding tasks are. And it seems like it was able to do that interactive YouTube video session with a little bit of me nudging it along. I'm pretty happy about that. This is going to be pushed. Well, just to round it up, it looks like ChatGPT 5.5 is a more capable model. Yes, 5.4, Opus 4.7, whichever model could have probably done this as well, but it's nice to at least see me using it in action, see what the outputs are. I think front end, again, is one of the weakest things that these ChatGPT models have, and you just saw me have to deal with it like on live, on stream. So what I'll say for now is, yes, it's a very capable model, but I would really like them to improve the front-end capabilities of this tool. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. My name is Matt. I hope you learned something. And if you learned something, why not subscribe? I'm making these videos for free, and eventually I would like to make this a full-time job. So any and all support would be greatly appreciated. Thank you guys so much, and have a great rest of your day. Peace.